You do not get bored when you are at ARF. Somebody will knock on the door and go, we just got this puppy in and we don't have any space for it yet. Can it stay in your office until we get a pen ready for it? So the other day there was a kitten in my office. You know, I made friends with this kitten.
They're just the best little souls. They are forgiving. They are loving. They love unconditionally. They don't get angry. They don't hold grudges. They just are pure joy. Doug's been with me since day one. We were neighbors.
And we were already animal fanatics. My wife and I already had several dogs and cats.
I was taking a walk and I happened around the house of he and his wife and I said, hey.
Would you guys be interested in getting involved in a new not-for-profit that's all about rescuing and readopting animals?
I've drawn a logo. I'm gonna rent a building. Are you in? Will you help me?
And I thought, hey, this is a new startup. I would love to be on that board.
Now, ARF was formed before we were official, but officially non-for-profit, June of 1998.
I've always just loved animals, but I started volunteering in 2001. I was a Ball State student. I'd always been rescuing stray dogs. I was the kid that, brought them home and parents would say, we're not keeping it. And 17 years later, we still have that dog. So I kind of just found my niche. I love it and I'll work here as long as I'm living in Muncie. So the ARF animals come to us in a variety of ways. Sometimes they're strays, sometimes they're owner surrenders. We also pull animals from other shelters at times when maybe a shelter is overcrowded and they're facing euthanasia, and we have open space.
We average about 100 animals at a time, and that does not count the animals that we have in foster care, so we have a lot of support from the community.
Well, we do get a lot of volunteers and they're doing probably, more of the playtime, the snuggle time, the extra cleaning, the extra feedings, just kind of all the extra nice stuff that's really great to have.
We've grown to the fact now that, like I said, we've got staff and it's a well-oiled machine.
We walk in and there's a box of kittens on the porch. First thing we'll do is we'll deworm them, treat them for fleas, and then give them their shots. Then we'll set them up in a cage where they'll stay about 2 or 3 weeks while they get their necessary booster shots, get spayed or neutered. And during that time, we have volunteers that come and play with them. Staff cleans their cages at least once a day, more if necessary. And then they get fed twice a day and lots of playtime.
We see the beauty in these guys. Everyone that works here, everyone that volunteers here, we're all the same. We love these guys and we see them when they come in. It's heartbreaking, the things that people do. And we see them sometimes injured and near death, and we nurture them and we bring them back and we see that beauty.
So there's so many ways to support ARF, and everything's great. If you send $100 to us, we can really stretch $1. So we usually encourage people to donate financially, but that doesn't mean if you would rather come spend time with the animals, make toys, make treats, or purchase things for the animals, that's perfectly fine too.
If you're going to adopt an animal from us, you can go online to themunciearf.com, do an application and get pre-approved for an animal, and that's what we suggest most people do. But if you come in here, we still have a paper application that you can fill out.
I've seen so much change, especially with the movement through the years, how a lot of people are more open to rescuing. And instead of, the mutt, the dog from the pound, people are proud of that.
We have the Runway for Rescues event every year, which is put on voluntarily by Kishel Photography, and then she brings in Amber's Beauty College. She gets clothes from the Buckle. They do this whole wonderful style show.
Where these little mutts that no one wanted get their evening to walk across a stage with the spotlight on them and the crowd cheering for them. Oh, it's wonderful. It really is.
All the ticket sales, all the sponsorship money comes to ARF, and we also adopt animals out at the show.
In the very, very beginning, we had nothing, absolutely nothing. Even now, seeing all of this, I pinch myself every time I drive in here that other people have appreciated my dream and share it. And when I'm in public and I see people that have on ARF shirts or some memorabilia of us, I can't tell you how good that feels, because it's a big undertaking, but I feel like we're meant to be here.